What is good, my horror horde? This is your boy Horror Gamer back with another video for you, and as you can tell by the title of this video, this is another Horror Gamer Unboxes. Now, I've gotten this stuff throughout the past month. I haven't opened it because I wanted to save it for like a big unboxing. So a lot of this stuff I have, and I opened them, but I didn't look at them yet because I want to unbox it for you. But I kind of set them to the side until I had enough to do a decent video. So with all that out of the way, without further ado, I mean, we do have a treasure trove of just goodness today. So let's just start off with the box at the bottom. Okay, like I said, I cut it open, that way it's just easier to get at. So without further ado, let's just light it up and see. Oh, there's Cassie the Horror Hound. She wants to be a part of this. Alright, so I'm just pulling it out, and I'm going to one by one show you what we got. Hell yeah. So the first thing that's in this box, I was so pumped when I got this because my dad had showed me this movie when I was younger, and this was a movie that he watched, and it really messed with him because it was just very violent, and it's part of what they call the Blood Trilogy. It's this, it's Blood Feast, and it's Color Me Blood Red, and it's by the it's like a gore icon, H.G. Lewis, and it's 2000 Maniacs, and it says, after shocking and outraging the world with his genre-defying 1963 gore fest, Blood Feast, exploitation pioneer H.G. Lewis would seek and positively succeed to outdo himself with the deliciously depraved 2000 Maniacs. When a group of Yankee tourists take a detour and wind up in a small southern town of Pleasant Valley, which has magically rematerialized 100 years after its destruction during the Civil War, they find themselves welcomed by the eager townsfolk as guests of honor at their centennial celebrations. Little do the Northerners know that the festivities are set to include torture, death, and dismemberment, also including H.G. Lewis fist-fighting, hooch-swilling, epic Moonshine Mountain. As a bonus feature, this is one double dose of exploitation truly worthy of an almighty yee-haw. They ain't lying. This movie is epic as shit, and it has the wheelbarrow races, which were fun to watch. They were crazy. In the wheelbarrow races, I don't want to give too much away. Hold on one second. I don't want to give too much away, but it involves somebody being put in a wheelbarrow with nails in it and rolled down a hill. Yeah. But 2000 Maniacs. Super pumped to add this to the collection. My dad was the one who got me on this one, and I was like, hell yeah. All right. And the next one, so you knew I had to get 2000 Maniacs, and there is a sequel / remake with the one and only Robert Englund, and that's 2001 Maniacs, which this one was pretty good too. And this says, on the way to spring break, a group of college kids take a tour through an old southern town. The people of Pleasant Valley insist the kids stay for their annual barbecue celebration. Instead of getting a taste of the Old South gets a taste of them. That is what I'm talking about. I guess this was a remake or maybe a sequel. I don't know. 2001 Maniacs, but this one was a good one too. And this one was a lot of gore. I'll tell you, this one was a definite gore fest. 2001 Maniacs. Hells to the yeah. And then the next little one we had in our box, I got, was a horror comedy. And it has Linda Blair, Ned Beatty, and Leslie Nielsen in it, and it's called Repossessed. Now, I remember watching this when I was a kid. I don't remember it too much, but it's basically a spoof on The Exorcist where Linda Blair, who played in the original Exorcist, comes back in this spoof where she gets possessed again. It's pretty funny. It's one of the ones that I remember watching as a kid and thought it was pretty good. And it says, ready for a devil of a good time? Linda Blair, the star of The Exorcist, will scare you silly when she's repossessed. Leslie Nielsen and his comic genius to horror hilarity. The fun begins when grown-up Blair starts spewing curses and pea soup. Exorcist Nielsen gears up to battle the spirit world and discovers he must also outwit a pair of phony evangelists trying to cash in on the exorcism biz. The supernatural hijinks will have your head spinning with non-stop laughs. This one was fun, if I can remember right. I'm going to end up watching this again and doing a review on it. But Repossessed, I remember watching this when I was a kid and really, really liking it. So that's why I had to do this one. This one was a good one. And the next one in the list is also another horror comedy. And it's produced by Sean Cunningham. And us Friday the 13th fanatics know who Sean Cunningham is. And this one's called My Boyfriend's Back. I'm going to do a review on this movie and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it later. But I remember watching this movie multiple times when I was a kid. I remember having the biggest crush on that main character chick, yo. Woo, bruh. I was in love with that girl when I was a kid, man. But yeah, this movie's really, really, like, I watched this movie so much when I was a kid. I remember it like it was yesterday, where the boy tries to get a date with the girl for the prom, sets up this big, extravagant thing at her job because he's in love with her. He's been in love with her ever since they were little kids, and something goes horribly wrong. That's all I'm going to say. But there's hijinks, it's funny, it's heartwarming at times. It's a really good, yeah. I'll give you guys my review on it later, but it says, teenager Johnny Dingle will do anything to keep his date with the hottest girl in school, even come back from the grave. You see, Johnny had the perfect scheme to win the heart of Missy McLeod, the town beauty. Unfortunately, Johnny's scam goes sour and he winds up dead. Even so, Johnny's determined to keep his date, unaware of the hilarity waiting for him upon his return. The wonderful cast includes H0rr0rgam3r, Mary Beth Hurt, Austin Pendleton, Matthew Fox, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Paul Dooley, J.O. Sanders, Bob Dishy, Matthew McConaughey, and Cloris Leachman as Maggie, the zombie expert. Produced by Sean Cunningham, Mr. Friday the 13th himself. And directed by Bob Baldman? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this movie is, I'll let y'all know when I would review it, but definitely, I got My Boyfriend's Back. All I will say is, without giving anything away, I'm glad to have this as a part of my collection. Alright, and then the next one I got, I didn't even know Scream Factory made this. So when I saw this, I picked it up, and it's Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh. This is the second installment in the Candyman series. I had no idea that it was a Scream Factory. I didn't know Scream Factory got a hold of this. So when I saw that, you know your boy Horror Gamer picked it up, because I love me some Scream Factory. And this says, scarier than the original. Wouldn't go that far, but it was a good movie. Don't get me, a good movie, but scarier than the original? That's a stretch. From Fort Worth Star? Yeah, that's probably why I haven't heard of you before. Making statements. That's a bold statement. But anyway, that's not here nor there. It says, his myth has endured for generations. His legacy is eternal rage. And now he's back with a vengeance. Candyman Farewell to the Flesh continues the tale of the phantom-like figure who wreaks a terrible fate upon those who chant his name 5 times while looking into a mirror. and come face to face with grisly death. A victim of unspeakable evil while he lived, the Candyman has become evil incarnate in his afterlife. This time, he haunts the city of New Orleans, where a young school teacher named Annie Tarrant is struggling to solve the brutal murder of her father. The locals insist that he was slain by the Candyman, but Annie is not convinced until she unwittingly summons the monster forth, learns the secret of his power, and discovers that the link that connects her to him. But can she stop him before he kills again? Directed by Bill Condon. From a story by Clive Barker. We all know who Clive Barker is. Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh is one heck of a scary movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a freaky movie. It has its moments where the music and everything is amazing in it, but this is not scarier than the original. It's still a good one though. But I got that one. And after I got that one, I made it a personal mission to find the next movie right here. And I found it on DVD. I couldn't find it on Blu-ray, but that's Candyman 3, Day of the Dead. Now, I know this one isn't as well received as the other two are. I think this one, they said it was kind of like a lazy sequel, but I don't remember much of it. So I'll definitely have to watch this and get a review out. But this is, the Candyman is back and he's hooked on revenge. As the Day of the Dead celebration approaches the barrio of East Los Angeles, the tortured ghost is intent upon bringing his family together in a bloody reunion beyond the grave. Challenged to confront the horrifying legend of her ancestor, Caroline must come face to face with the monster who has destroyed her past and now wants to steal her future in this latest electrifying installment of the Candyman series. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this was one that, didn't really, people don't remember much of it because it's not that great of an installment, but it is what it is. I had to get it. I had the first two. Why not finish the collection, So Candyman, Day of the Dead. All right, now we dig into the next one. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, the first thing I got was, I never seen these. I know, horror movie that your boy Horror Gamer hasn't seen, but I heard a lot of people say you have to watch it. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to get them, and I'm going to watch them. And that is the Wrong Turn collection. This is Wrong Turn 1 through 5. And it says, 5 films, no mercy. Prepare to be stalked by hideously deformed cannibals in 5 of the most terrifying horror movies of all time. Young men and women take a wrong turn and find themselves pursued by evil beyond their imagination. Three Finger and his mutant clan of homicidal hillbillies ruthlessly butcher their innocent victims in a blood-soaked frenzy. And then dinner is served. Three Finger and his, what did it say? And his hillbilly, what? Homicide hillbillies. That's funny. See, I got Wrong Turn 1 through 5. That's pretty epic. And then I went out and I heard there was 6 of them. So I went out and I looked and I could not find 6. But I found 6 in a double pack with 5. But I already own 5. So, I don't know. 5 might be a giveaway item. We'll see. But right here is 6. This is the box for 6. Wrong Turn 6. And this says, the unrelenting terror starts when an emotionally troubled young man, Danny, inherits an isolated backwoods hotel that may hold the key to his secret past. A trip to the peaceful resort quickly transforms into a blood-soaked killing spree as Danny's friends are brutally murdered one by one. Danny discovers that Three Finger and his flesh-eating kin are to blame. But the chilling surprises they have in store for him have only just begun. Danny ultimately learns that he has an unthinkable connection to the clan of hillbilly cannibals. But now that he knows the shocking truth, he will face an even more horrifying choice. Ooh. But yeah. Wrong Turn Part 6. Like I said, unfortunately, I had to get 5 with it. It is what it is. Like I said, we might do 5 as a giveaway item. Alright. And then, after I got those, I was like, well, there's a remake. So, I went ahead and got the remake. And I heard a lot of people say the remake is really good. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched any of them, but we're going to give them a try. And it says, backwoods terror and nerve-jangling suspense meet when Jen and a group of friends set out to hike the Appalachian Trail. Despite warnings to stick to the trail, the hikers stray off course and cross into land inhabited by the Foundation, a hidden community of mountain dwellers who use deadly means to protect their way of life. Suddenly, under siege, Jen and her friends seem headed to the point of no return unless Jen's father can reach them in time. Well, that sounds completely different from the other ones, but hey, I guess that's what a remake does. So, yep, the Wrong Turn remake. So we're gonna watch that and check that one out too, and I'll let you know if it's as good as what people were saying. All right, and then last but certainly not least, with this, we got something that I've been waiting a little while to pull the trigger on, and then I just said, you know what, fuck it, do it. You love steel books, just get it done, and that's the most horrifying motion picture I have ever seen by Rex Reed, and that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Steelbook. Yes, I finally pulled the trigger on it. I finally got it. Part of the collection. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and I finally said, you know what? It's time. Let's get it. Let's get it done. And it says, 40 years ago, 5 youths on a weekend getaway on the Texas countryside fell prey to a butcher in a mask made of human skin and his cannibalistic family, and horror cinema would never be the same again. Violent, confrontational, and shockingly realistic, director Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre terrified audiences in a way never thought possible when it was unleashed on a politically and socially tumultuous America. I don't know what the fuck that means. In 1974, facing a storm of controversy, censorship, and outcry throughout its troubled release, this masterpiece of horror has stood the test of time to become a landmark motion picture and cultural milestone. To celebrate the film's 40th anniversary and its enduring ability to scare audiences both new and old, Dark Sky Films proudly presents the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, an all-new 4K digital restoration. Holy shit, I didn't know that part. 4K digital restoration, and with a newly created 7.1 surround sound mix supervised by Tobe Hooper. Get ready to experience fear in a whole new way. Damn, they put a 4K press on it. Nice. I didn't know that was a 4K. So, well, not 4K, but 4K restoration. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. And that's a beautiful steelbook too. I would have liked it more if it was like the original VHS cover. That one always freaked me out. And last but not least, this one right here. I have been waiting for this particular package for weeks. And I'm so excited that it's finally here. This is why it took me so long to make this video, because I've been waiting for this before I made it. I've never seen this movie. Well, I may have seen it like once, but I don't remember it very well. And, oh, this is sexy as all get out. And this my beautiful, beautiful horror horde, I'm so pumped about this, is the George A. Romero classic, Dawn of the Dead. Bruh. Oh, God, it is beautiful as shit. Oh, I'm so pumped for this. I've been waiting weeks to get this. And like I said, I don't remember this movie. Like, I may have seen it once when I was a kid. But look at that. Oh, my God. 4K. Thing's beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to dive into this. And this says, with the U.S. in the grip of a zombie apocalypse, 4 desperate survivors find refuge in a shopping mall. But the flesh-eating hordes, still possessed by an instinctive desire to consume, are drawn to the same destination. What follows is a nail-biting fight for survival. George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead remains one of the greatest horror films ever made, often imitated but never equaled, and is now presented in a brand new restoration. This is amazing. This is like 4 discs of just greatness. Look at that. Oh my God. I am so excited about this one, guys. I've been waiting to get this one, and I got it. Your boy got it. Dawn of the Dead 4K. There it is right there. Official 4K seal. So, alright, Horror Horde. With all that being said, I really hoped you enjoyed this one as much as your boy enjoyed making it for you. And I think, let me see here. I think we did pretty well for ourselves, if I say so myself. We got a haul here, guys. We got ourselves an epic haul here for the collection. We are what? Now we have 12 new Blu-rays for the collection. Running out of shelf space. But, alright, Horror Horde. With all that being said, make sure I don't drop them. I love you guys. Thank you guys. Don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with that ding-a-ling-ding-ding button. That way, every time your boy Horror Gamer throws up one of these Horror Gamer unboxes, you're in the know. Also, when you're done doing that, run on over to the Horror Gamer Patreon and see what kind of cool stuff we got going on out there. We have movie nights, we have chill nights, we have all that stuff. So definitely check that out. And then when you're done doing that, run on over to the Z Network and see what kind of cool stuff we got going on out there. We have all kinds of stuff going on out there. So, alright, Horror Horde, with all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you guys. And until next time, this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, as always, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.